Giovanni, you're on the brink of something very special here with 24 hours to go. What's the mood like now, and what's the preparations that will be undertaken before the big match?
Well, the mood is very, very good. We're all excited to, of course, to play the final tomorrow. The preparation went really well. You know, we had an extra day to prepare for the game tomorrow in Glasgow. So we traveled yesterday, tonight a light training, and tomorrow we have the final meetings to, you know, for our game plan. But you know, we are ready for tomorrow.
Next question here, the gentleman in the middle, please.
Giovanni, goedemiddag. I'll ask the question in English.
Yes.
I think Dutch will be a little bit hard to translate. You've had quite some success as a coach already, especially at Feyenoord, of course. How would you compare the achievement of reaching the final to what you've achieved at Feyenoord?
Well, I'm really, you know, my first time as a coach at Feyenoord was very successful. Of course, we won 5 major prizes in 4 years, so I'm really happy with those achievements. You know, this is different. It's another team, a club who I played for 3 years in the 90s, and you know, I feel very proud to be the manager of this team, and even prouder to take the boys tomorrow into the final. And a huge opportunity for us to get the second major prize in history in Europe for this club. So we are very determined to bring the trophy back with us. We respect the opponent. The opponent did an amazing run in Europe as well. So it's got to be an exciting final. But a final is always nice when you win it. And if you lose it, you don't like it. So we are here to win it.
Let's go first to your colleague here, who has asked before, and then we will come back to you.
I'm just wondering about the conditions, if that's a concern for you. It's obviously extremely hot outside. Have you been told anything about maybe water breaks during the game or anything to help the players?
Well, it's different than Glasgow, that's for sure. No, that's why we went 1 day earlier. You know, we had a walk at the time of the kickoff. And we can prepare today with a light session also to get used to the heat. I think at 9 o'clock it will be a lot less. You know, I played many years here in Sevilla. Normally we kicked off at 10 o'clock. Now it's 1 hour later, but we'll be ready. You know, we have the protocol for when we play in warm conditions with drinking, and we'll be fine.
Question in the very, very last corner there.
Hi, a question for James. Your opponent tomorrow night on the left-hand side, Filip Kostic, is renowned for how he gets up and down the byline, and that tussle that you've got with him tomorrow is being highlighted as a key area. I just wanted to know what you made of what you see in your opponent tomorrow.
Yeah, well, obviously, respect to how he's been playing. You know, he's a top player. But, you know, I've just got to bring my best version of myself tomorrow night when the game starts and try and cause him all the problems and try and make him deal with me majority of the game. Yeah, that's all I can really do.
Here in front, please.
Giovanni, can we just get a fitness update on the squad, and in particular Kemar Roofe? Is he available? Will he play a part tomorrow?
Yes, Kemar is available. He trained for the first time with us yesterday. He had individual training before that, and he will be training also tonight. So he will be in the squad for tomorrow. If I want to use him, he's ready.
Yes, please. Yeah, again.
Can you just talk a little bit more about that, Gio? I mean, what kind of boost that gives you to have Kemar available, because he brings a lot to the team for you.
Well, of course, it's a boost for us. I mean, he's. You know, he got injured a couple of weeks ago. He had was in a good spell. You know, very important for the team. And I'm happy that he's back, because he was working hard to be ready for the Leipzig game. He didn't make it, so we just extended it for him, the final. So he's there, and he's also ready, of course, to play a part in tomorrow's game.
Here on the second. Well, yeah.
Question for Gio. In Finland, we are really excited for Glenn Kamara, because now we have a Finnish player in Euro final, and he scored a great goal in the semi-final. What's your opinion about Glenn Kamara, and can you tell a little bit about his role in the upcoming final.
Well, we'll talk about his role tomorrow, but he's an important player. He's played well. You know, the last game, Leipzig, he had an amazing goal. He gives a lot of dynamic in my midfield, and I'm really happy with his performances. And so he will be also ready for tomorrow. Of course, it's a big opportunity for him, also for all the Finnish supporters from Finland. Of course, I think it's very good for you as well that you have a Finnish player playing such a big game. And you know, we are preparing him well also tomorrow with all the other players to be ready.
Here in front, please.
Hello, Javier Cáceres, Süddeutsche Zeitung, Germany. A question for the coach, Joe. You're playing a third German team this season. What's your assessment of Eintracht Frankfurt? Do you see any common patterns between the three squads you confronted this season in the Europa League?
Well, yeah, I think so. I see a lot of similarities with Dortmund and Leipzig. Of course, it's a very well-organized team. They play the same system as Leipzig, but of course they have different players in different positions, so their qualities are different. But still, there are you know, very well organized, very fast players. In transition moments, they can be quite dangerous. So I think they deserve to be in the final, and they had great ties against Barcelona and West Ham, of course, and they're also here because they deserved it. And you know, I'm really excited to play against them. Two historic. Two clubs with a lot of history, so and a very dominant and loyal fan base. So yeah, it's going to be a really exciting final.
Yeah.
There's so much excitement among supporters, so many supporters here. How do you play the game and not the occasion? Is that really important?
Well, that's what I've been saying also for the last weeks. I mean, of course, it's different because you know, we're here now. You see the difference in the attention we have from media. If you look in the stadium and now also the press conference, it's because we reached the final. And if you play big games and finals, you get so much attention. But I think we have to make sure we are concentrating on our game tomorrow. And we've done it for so many games before this game, and tomorrow will be the same. And of course, it's a big game. It comes with pressure because you have the ability of the chance to win a major prize. But you know, in any top sport, you have to have a little bit of pressure to perform well, and that's what we have to do tomorrow.
Yeah, yes.
A question for Ryan, please. Ryan, when you see the number of supporters that have, you know, planes, trains, and automobiles to get here, you obviously, the players are acutely aware of what's at stake tomorrow night, but that must surely give you an extra spring in your step when you see the scenes in the city driving to the stadium.
Yeah, definitely. I think you see the fans travelling in numbers and all sorts of routes to get here to support us. Obviously, it's unfortunate only some of them will get in the stadium, but for us, it's we take a lot of pride in that support that we get and the backing that we get. And I said before, I think we're just the lucky ones that are going to be here and be able to play the final, because if you like, there's 100,000 people would want to be in our position. So we just want to go out tomorrow night, put on a good performance, and make them proud.
Just behind the gentleman in white.
Ryan, can you just talk us through your emotions, having been on this journey for so long, thinking back that night in progress to now get to where you are now? It's been quite a few years for you. How can you put it into words?
Yeah, look, it's been a crazy journey, if you like. I'd have never thought that I'd be sitting here speaking to yous about potentially playing in a Europa League final. So, I look proud and grateful to be here, and hopefully come tomorrow night we can take the trophy home.
Gentleman here in the middle.
Andrea Rosape, Tutto Mercato Web Italy. Giovanni, what can give you Aaron Ramsey tomorrow, because it's probably the most experienced player that you have?
Sorry?
What can Aaron Ramsey give you tomorrow, because he's the most experienced player that you have?
Well, Aaron is you know, an important player for us. He came in the winter break. didn't play a lot in Juventus before that, but I'm happy with his performances he had. He had quite some problems with injuries, but I would have wanted more game time for him, but he always came back strong, and he also now has a couple of games played in the last couple of weeks, so physically he will be much better prepared for the game tomorrow. And in these games you need experience as well. We have a lot of players in the squad who also played finals and big games, so they can help the squad into to a good performance tomorrow.
If here, the first row, the second.
Just a question for James. You're about to join a very small group of players who have captained Rangers in a European final. Just wonder what that means to you. Can you put that into words for us?
Yeah, it means the world to us. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the great team behind us and the boss, directing us. It's obviously one step away, and we all want to make history and bring that cup back home. So I know all the boys will give 110% tomorrow when asked, and we'll leave everything out on the pitch, and hopefully we can make everyone proud.
We go here in the middle back again, please.
Giovanni, in your previous answer, you mentioned Feyenoord, of course. The crazy situation is that they're in another final. It must be very special for you. But also, you've said previously that you've had contact with Arne Slot, the Feyenoord coach. Of course, it's an ideal situation, perhaps, to share some insights. Has there been any recent contact? Have you been in touch with him?
No, not recently. The last time was when we reached both the finals, and we talked briefly about playing finals, and he told me he only played one final, was with AZ against us, and he lost. So he was the assistant then with Van der Brom, but I think he showed in the games he played also in Europe that he's capable of, directing his team to victory. And of course, Feyenoord is my team from when I was young, and it's special to see them as well in the final. And hopefully we're gonna both win the cup.
Yeah, behind you.
Question for James. The manager's praised the character and the resilience of this team recently, saying it's one of the best dressing rooms he's ever had ever coached. You've obviously been on this journey for 7 years. What would you say has been the biggest change in this team over those years to come back for these results in Europe and get to this stage?
I think it's obviously the recruitment side. Over the years we've recruited very good players, especially this team that I'm playing in now. It's the best changing room that I've been in. We've got a mixture of youth and experience, and we're all really close in the changing room. So come match day, we know one another, and we'll go to the death for one another. So in any situation, I know the boys will prevail, and the mental character of every single one of them will shine through. So yeah, it's a delight to be captaining these boys.
Take two questions. One from here, already asked.
Giovanni, the support that you received from Rangers fans was at Ibrox was a huge factor in the wins over Borussia Dortmund, Braga, Leipzig. How much will you be able to tap into that, given the level of support that you have here? How much of a factor will that be tomorrow night?
Well, it will be a factor because our fans are supporting us really, really well. And of course, Ibrox is a huge factor. And in the ties we played this season in Europe, we knew to get a good result away from home and take back to Ibrox that we are capable of winning against any team. Of course, the final is different because it's only one game. You play not at Ibrox, but in Seville. I think we will both feel that. So it's different, but still, I think you will hear them a lot tomorrow, our fans, and I think our performances can be good as well. So I'm really, I think we are ready, and we will play the way we always do, and make sure we give everything we have to make sure we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
Will you have any special final words for the players before they run out tomorrow night, or will it all be done and prepared by then?
No, I always have some final words, and sometimes it comes, In the moment, I mean, it's I'm a coach who is always trusting his feeling and his gut, and that can change. It can be in meetings or maybe on the pitch or just before a game. But I think you have the players will know how important this game is. But it's always good to prepare them for anything that comes and give them maybe that extra % of motivation. But really, I don't think this team needs any more motivation that we are feeling all now.
We'll take 2 more questions from the room, then we have to try also online the platform too.
A question for Ryan. Ryan, everyone knows how hard you've had to work over the past year or more to regain fitness. Does that experience, as difficult as it was, make this achievement, this opportunity, even more special to you?
Yeah, it's definitely some light at the end of the tunnel, because obviously missing the Euros last summer was a tough moment, no doubt, but I worked hard obviously in the off season, and then it took a bit longer than I thought it was going to originally, so it was a long journey, a lot of hard work, a lot of long hours, but times like this makes it all that more sweeter, and hopefully this is just the start of something special.
And we finish here in front, please, with the room, and then we'll take the online questions.
James, you've had a couple of difficult moments in cup finals over your time at Rangers. Just what does that experience do when you're going into this game? Does it, fire up even more to get that, make it a third time lucky?
I think every game, it's obviously different. Those finals were with different squads, and I've just got to make sure that I'm the best version of myself tomorrow night, and try and lead by example on the pitch, and do the best I can, and hopefully that helps the lads, and hopefully we can make this incredible journey special.
Here, one more question from the room.
Question for the coach. Penalty shootout is possible tomorrow. Is that in your mind? Was there extra session for penalties, or you trust your feelings?
Well, I mean, I trust my feelings, but I think the most important thing that the players, they have to trust their feelings. So there are always some players who like to practice. There are players who are always ready to take a penalty. It's for every player is different, but we are preparing for everything tomorrow, for every scenario, for 120 minutes, for penalties. So whatever comes our way, we are ready to to overcome those situations.
Any more questions here from the room? Here, we'll go to the gentleman just in front, the third seat. Yeah.
Hi, Adrian Durham, TalkSport. One for James. You're the Europa League top scorer. I mean, does that kind of sunk in, and does it mean a lot to you? Do you really want to be the top scorer of the tournament overall, as well as win the trophy, of course?
I think obviously it'll sink in afterwards, but yeah, I'm obviously in the best position. I'd like to finish this competition as a winner of the cup, picking up the trophy, and obviously would like to finish top goal scorer. But my first aim is trying to keep a clean sheet tomorrow night when we finish that game, and that'll obviously put us in a great position. So yeah, I think everything will sink in afterwards.
And here in
front. Another question for the coach. You said that you're going to play as you always do, but I would say that in the semi-finals you played in very different ways in the first leg and the second leg. How much of the enthusiasm of the upfront beginning of your team in the second match against Leipzig was due to the public, and how much are you going to miss Ibrox Park tomorrow?
Well, it's finding the right balance. I think we can play both. We can play. It won't be as the first match, that I can tell you, the away game against Leipzig. So it will be more towards the game we played at home. I think we have to play in our strength. I think that's what gives us the best possibility to win this final, and to get my players in their strength. So we will find the right balance in the game to play whichever manner we want.